Welcome! We're about to dive into a radical rethinking of an idea that, honestly, shapes our entire world. It all starts with Charles Darwin, but it ends up somewhere totally unexpected, challenging the very definition of survival. So, picture this. On one side, you have the idea that life is just a brutal, constant competition, survival of the fittest, and on the other, a completely different principle, cooperation. The core argument we're exploring today is that our society has been built almost entirely on one of these ideas. But what if it was the wrong one? So let's take a look at the path we chose. The argument is that our entire society, from our economy to our careers, has been constructed on this idea of winning, creating a world where we're all in constant competition with each other. And this win-at-all-cost mentality, it pops up everywhere. You see it in sports, where the intense pressure to win can lead to things like cheating. You see it in politics, where attacking your opponent is just a standard part of the strategy. And of course, you see it in the job market, which can feel like a fierce battleground. In every single one of these cases, the framework is exactly the same. For me to win, you have to lose.
And this quote just gets right to the heart of the emotional price we pay. A world built on competing is a world built on stress. It's not just some system we live in, it's a constant state of being. So what's the end game of all this relentless competition? Well, the argument points to this number as the result. 30. That's the approximate number of massive corporations that are said to now effectively control the entire global economy. This concentration of power is presented as the ultimate outcome of a strongest survive model. But here's where our whole perspective is about to shift. We're going to go back to the very origin of this idea to uncover what the material calls a great misunderstanding.
We all know the phrase, survival of the fittest. It's been drilled into us our whole lives as a fundamental law of nature, right? That life is this ruthless battle where only the absolute strongest make it. And that belief justifies competition as being natural, even necessary.
But what if that interpretation, the one our entire society is basically built on, is actually wrong? What if we miss the main point completely?
And here's the bombshell claim. Darwin's predominant theme was never competition. It was cooperation with nature. And if that's true, well, that changes everything we think we know about how the world is supposed to work.
Now, if cooperation, not competition, is the real message, where's the evidence? Well, the argument is that it's all around us, just kind of hidden in plain sight inside the natural world itself. I mean, take this simple act of breathing. Plants provide the oxygen that we need to survive, and we, in turn, provide the carbon dioxide that they need. It's not a battle for resources, it's a perfect symbiotic loop, the very definition of harmony.
This stuff is happening right beneath our feet, too. In many forests, the tree roots are all interconnected, forming this huge network to share nutrients and support one another. They aren't competing, they're collaborating.
So, if nature is built on cooperation, why aren't we? The argument we're exploring is that the change has to start not out there in the world, but in here, within each and every one of us. Our intellect alone, which has been trained for years to compete, just can't fully grasp this concept of harmony by itself. The key is to also use our other guides, our heart and our intuition. It's about merging the two to really understand.
And this is the call to action. It's a challenge to tune in to a different kind of wisdom, one that operates on connection rather than just pure calculation. The first step toward finding harmony in the world is learning to listen for it within ourselves.
And look, this doesn't have to be some complex, abstract idea. There's a really simple analogy for it. It's like a parent teaching a child to share. It's that fundamental lesson of moving from a mindset of mine to one of ours. The argument is that some of us learn it, and some of us never really do.
All right, let's wrap this all up by looking at the bigger picture. This internal shift from me to we isn't just some nice idea. It's presented as the very foundation of life itself.
Here's how it all connects. When one person is out of sync, acting from a place of competition and disharmony, it creates a small disturbance. But multiply that by billions of people, and you get this massive snowball effect, which, the argument goes, leads to the widespread chaos we see in the world.
And that brings us to the ultimate thesis. After challenging our competitive worldview and showing us the harmony in nature, we're left with this one powerful statement. Not competition, not fitness, but cooperation is the true foundation of everything.
And so, we're left with a powerful question to think about. What could our world look like if we shifted our focus from just winning the game to trying to harmonize with all the other players? It's something to ponder. Thanks for joining this explainer.